What's up, everyone? You're watching Mental Groove, and today we're back with another eye-opening Kevin Samuels reaction. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around. I'll share my thoughts after the video. Let's get into it.
Oh, I did not know you was going to accept it that fast. But hi, Kevin.
Hello, how are you? So you just clicked it, just hoping for me to, what'd you expect?
I expect you to have a long line, and I didn't think I was going to get in fast.
You want to take the mask off?
Yeah, I did. Is it delayed? I took it off.
Okay, so how old are you?
33.
All right, so I'm asking, are you single or are you married?
I'm single.
All right, is it time for women, is it time to give up on the dream?
No, it's not time to give up on the dream.
Okay, at what age do you think it's time to give up on the dream?
Probably about maybe 40, 45, if you can't accomplish it in your 30s.
40 or 45 is a big gap. Just give me a specific age.
Okay. For me, about maybe 40.
Okay. When was your last relationship?
Ooh. About 2 or 3 years ago. Actually, 2 years ago.
How long did that last?
Almost 5 years, but I don't count the last 2 because it's off and on. So I would say I would give it about 3.
Do you want children?
I have 1.
Do you want more?
I wouldn't mind more.
No, do you want more?
I do.
Okay. And do you want to be married?
I do.
Okay. So if you say 40 is the age where you think it's time to give up on a dream, what are you doing to make sure you become a wife before age 37?
Working on myself now.
What
All
is
of
it?
my flaws all the flaws that I've come to grow past within these years, I'm working on to better them so that I don't do the same mistakes before.
Are you in counseling?
No, not anymore.
Okay. So who's judging your progress?
I am off of experience so far.
Okay. So to me, that sounds like you're doing nothing. You are the person that has been charged to this point. How can you get yourself out of the ditch? If you're failing math, how can you get yourself a passing grade in math?
Mm-hmm.
Tutor.
Your phone, you broke up. You said what?
If you're failing math, if you're failing trigonometry, geometry, chemistry, how can you get yourself out of failing? How can you get from an F to an A?
You got to get help. You got to get help.
Okay, so you said, I asked you, what are you doing? And you said, working on these issues, but you're really not.
So you're saying it's better to get the help so you could properly work on the issues.
Well, you're 33 years old with a child.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have time to go slow.
I don't.
So, I don't understand why women think that they can fix this stuff themselves.
Oh, no. You're absolutely right. I don't think to fix it myself, and I don't want to fix it myself.
But you said you were the one in charge, but you said you were working your issues, but you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah, I have to because it's just me and my son right now. And those are, it costs to have those type of assistance and helps. So I have to start, build from the ground up and get it. Not saying that it's not
You see me
required.
keep shrugging my shoulders like, so? So, I mean, I know it costs, lose sleep, miss a meal.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that it's not going to be accomplishable. It's just, I have to work so I can get the things that I need.
How did your child?
He will be 14.
Okay. So you got pregnant when you were like 18 or 19? Were you and his father married?
No, we were not.
Is his father in his life? Why didn't you guys marry?
We were very young when we did, when I got pregnant and stuff. And, we just didn't see eyes. He has a lot of growing up to do. And mentally, where I was, I'm not there anymore. So it just didn't
So
work.
if you don't think it's time to give up the dream, because the dream is the fantasy all women think they should have,
Hmm.
uh, what on a scale of on a percentage chance, what do you think the percentage chance you have to get married?
I think it's about a 50%.
50%. Now you do understand that 25% of black women will marry in their lifetime. So you think your chance is twice as good as the average woman?
It's more so of a goal, but yeah,
It's a goal.
it's a goal for me
It's a
to get
it's
accomplished
a
because
hope. I think it's a hope.
it's that too.
So if 1 in 4 black women can expect to marry in their lifetime, you're already 33 with a child. Why do you have twice as much of a chance as the average woman?
It's more so of the confidence that I have in myself and what I'm trying to accomplish in my life.
To men, that sounds like delusion.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying. I've never. You rarely meet a woman who sits back and says, "You say, um, I don't have a shot. You don't want to give up on the dream. You give yourself twice as likelihood of marriage. You're not really doing any work. You can't afford it or time or whatever. So, would you bet your life? Would you really? I don't understand why you're so
Mm.
optimistic.
Well, you have to be in life, you know, but
No, you have to be
I would
realistic.
rather to be on the positive side of it.
No,
And
you'd
that,
rather be on the realistic side. You'd rather be on the realistic side because when you're realistic, then you can actually start doing stuff. And at 33, you're not doing anything that's moving the needle forward. You're just getting older. So the power of positivity does not make you pass a class. Would you agree?
hmm.
Okay. So all things being equal, can you really say you're doing anything to move the needle forward towards becoming a wife?
No, well, I can't right now.
Okay, then why not give up on the dream?
It's easy to give up, but, why would you just give up on something? People
Because
still get married after their 30s.
see what I need you guys, what I'm trying to get ladies to understand is if you can't be honest with yourselves, you're not going to get the outcomes. Because a lot of the world will tell you guys to just power of affirmation and believe in yourself and manifest and visualization, but none of that's practical, real world, everyday stuff.
Yeah, it's not. I was going to go more so as into just like live your life as positively as you can, do the best that you can. And if you do find love in hopes of a marriage, that's
Well,
great.
love it. You think marriage is about love?
No, it's a partnership. That's just a bonus that you can get
It's a
down the
partnership.
line.
What is your relationship ideal or your relationship model? What is the relationship, the male female relationship that you point to as the ideal for you?
Ideal
What is
are
the
what
model?
is
Like
my
you say,
expectation.
this particular couple is what I would like to be like.
Oh, well, there's not just one in particular, because every
Give me
couple
one.
has,
Give me one. Give me one.
give me one. I don't have one that I can think of at the top of my head. I don't really look into other couples like that.
Okay. Uh, who is your feminine role model as a black woman?
Okay. Um, as a black woman, it's my stepmom.
And I mean the public figure. Can't just be your stepmom. Nobody knows her.
Public figure. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, well, but she's not married. Halle
Who?
Berry. Halle Berry is a good actress. I love her.
I said
Kerry
feminine role
Washington.
model. I said feminine role model.
She is a
Femininity.
role model.
Femininity, though.
Oh, okay.
The
Okay.
feminine ideal. The feminine ideal. Who's the
hmm
ideal feminine black woman? Somebody tell me
Amanda,
that.
yes. Amanda is awesome. I love how she
Who?
does her.
Amanda who? Okay, take your hand down in front of your mouth. Amanda who?
Um, Amanda, I think her name is Sil. No. Yeah.
Amanda Seals. She's a feminist.
She is a feminist, but I
See,
love
what I
her.
want you to understand, audience, is just like the previous woman, if you can't even identify it, you can't get it. I'm asking you what's your ideal role model for a couple. You don't have one.
No,
So,
the first thing I said is that I didn't.
no, you said there's so many. I said, give me one. You said, I can't give you one.
I can't. Yeah.
Well, then if you can't give me one, you can't tell me there's so many. If there's so many, you can name one.
That I don't know because I don't look at these couples like that.
Then that's the problem. That's the problem. Our women were not taught to look and say, this couple is what you want to be like. And then we all got this independent thing to where I don't be like, yeah, you want to be like somebody.
Well, I don't like a couple because I don't know what that couple issues are. I don't know
I
what they
don't
have.
care about, okay, class. This is what I'm telling you. This is why I say you got to give up on hope, man. Because you're getting all off the question. You don't have an
Okay.
ideal. Okay, what is the marital standard you're trying to live up to? How about that? To know when it's quote unquote right. How do you know? What are you modeling after?
Okay, I see what you're talking about now. You're right. I don't have a model couple figure.
Right. Okay. Well, then if you don't have it's like painting a picture or putting together a puzzle. If you don't have a model or instructions, you just got a bunch of pieces. So I'm going to say, all right, who's your uh, femininity role model? And you say a feminist. Man, those two things alone mean there's no hope for any woman. A feminist, a black feminist, married.
A feminist cannot be married because she's too strong-minded and one-sided.
Well, um, at 33, man, if this is the level of thought, and here's another, and no insult intended, but if this is the level of serious thought you have put into this, then it's no wonder you can't find it because you just pick what you like. Just picking what you like, and that's what we told the women in our community. Just pick what you like.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you're a man out here looking for a wife, what man wants to sit back and say, well, as my wife, who's your couple role model, couple ideal? Oh, I don't know. Well, then how is he gonna know you're gonna be a good wife? Well, I'm trying to be like this woman. We got to know what we're getting.
To have an image to look up to.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my point is, and when I say is it time to give up hope, give up on the dream, it's about being realistic. And I've just showed in this less than 10 minutes that you're very far away from where you say you want to be. You said give up by 40. You want to be married and have another kid. You got to do that in the next 5 years. And you're very, very far away. And you're doing nothing. You're just not working with a counselor or anything else like that. So it's not about telling women to give up. It's about telling women to get honest and self-aware.
And realistic.
Right. You said I give yourself a 50-50 shot. I give you more or less about a 5%. Because you're already a mother with a 14-year-old. You've lived your life as a single mother and as a single woman. and you've had a lot, you didn't even have your 20s to yourself. You know how to survive. So the likelihood of falling back into a wife, without any model, without any goal, it's kind of like saying, you know, I'm big on this model thing. So I appreciate it though. Anything else before we leave?
Nope. I saw you had posted up what was a good age time.
This 33-year-old single mom who claims she's ready for marriage. But the problem isn't that she wants love. It's that she thinks she has the same leverage in the dating market as a 25-year-old with no kids. Kevin asked her real questions. Straightforward stuff. What do you bring to the table? What kind of man are you looking for? Or more importantly, do you think a high-value man sees you the same as he would have 8 years ago? She says yes, with full confidence. But that's where Kevin steps in. He tells her plainly, at 33 with a child, your value in the dating market is not the same as it was at 25. And he's right. Why? Because men, especially high-value men, look at long-term potential. At 25, she had time, youth, and no parental obligations. At 33, she has a child, less time, a more emotional history. And the kind of men she wants. They have options, including younger women without kids. Kevin's not being cruel. He's being honest. He says, you're asking men to accept things you wouldn't have accepted yourself 8 years ago. And that's the core of his message. If you want to find the right man, you have to be honest about your current value in the market. Not what you feel it should be, but what it actually is. Her mistake wasn't being a mother. It was thinking. Motherhood didn't change the equation. Kevin calls it delusion. And sometimes the most loving thing you can do is tell the truth, even when it hurts.